Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Joel.
I'm Megan.
And this is A Stable Life. Today is going to be a fun day. I have some amazing and incredible help. You excited to be working with the horses today?
Yeah, it's nice when I can.
Yes, and it is definitely nice having the great help that she's here. So Megan and I are gonna be working together. Gavin gets to enjoy the day off, as well as my mom. And my dad is out hunting. Speaking of hunting, today is the last day of hunting season. And just to answer anyone's questions, I have not gone out at all this hunting season. But I understand a lot of my cousins have, and a lot of them have gotten some deer, and they're very happy about that, and I'm happy for them. With it being the last day of hunting season, we have a few things we need to keep in mind. Got a lot of potential for there to be a lot of gunshots, which could potentially cause the horses to be a little intense while they are coming in. Notice the word potential? I use it a lot there, because you never really know. So we need to be quick on our feet, because you never know when you're turning them in. Someone could see a deer somewhere, or a whole herd of deer, and the wrong horse getting scared and running very quickly could cause a stampede coming through the barn, and we don't want that. The main thought for today is to be careful around the horses and not treat them as though they normally would act, but treat them with a little bit of caution. All right, let's get started measuring out. We're off to go feed the donkeys, which means they're gonna need some grain and some hay. Oh no, I lost the pitchfork. Good morning, Buster. Good morning, Rocky. Yeah, how are you beautiful guys looking, huh? Buster? Hey, Rocky, come get some grub.
They're fat.
They're not fat. They're not fat, they're fluffy.
They look fat.
It's their thick winter coat, they're fluffy. Now that the donkeys are fed, we have all the grain and hay in all the stalls. Megan's locking herself behind the rope.
I'm drinking my coffee.
How is your coffee this morning?
Pretty good. It's really hot though.
What type of coffee do you drink?
Dark Magic Green Mountain.
And the coffee creamer?
Today it is Natural Bliss Sweet Cream? I don't really know.
Just in case anyone was wondering, I usually do Green Mountain Dark Magic as well, and then I drink whatever coffee creamer that she gets.
That is not true. He is very particular about his coffee creamer.
Okay, that is true, that is true. Right now I'm drinking Starbucks white mocha because she got it for herself and she didn't like it, so I'm drinking it and I love it. Usually though, I'm drinking
Pumpkin spice with pumpkin spice creamer.
Yeah, I'm a pumpkin fan, what can I say? Did you get their names?
Their names?
Yeah, the four that just came in. You know who the four are?
George, Jack, I forgot the other ones that passed by.
George, Jack, Champ,
Yeah,
and then
I know Champ.
Rubber.
I didn't know I was gonna be tested.
You're not being tested, I'm just curious. As the horses are going by, just see if you guys can guess the names. Be curious to know how many of you got it right.
You hit that like button yet?
There we go. Last one's coming in right now. It's Casino. Do you enjoy your coffee break?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, let's go ahead and start treating Samson. What I'm working on here with Samson is his, I believe this is actually his final round of treatment. You guys have been seeing me work on this from time to time here and there. I do need to wear gloves while doing this. Hey, Samson. Samson has gotten very good with his treatments. He's not a problem at all anymore. So once we do this, then we'll put his fly mask on. He does not need to wear his fly mask at night anymore, so he only has to wear it during the day. And I actually got someone holding the camera, which means you guys are gonna get to see this in pretty good detail. Right, Samson? Hey, buddy? Hey, buddy. It's okay. You're all right. Pull the hair back. I've got the application right on my finger here. You're okay. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. We'll go in the eye, hold it, go down. And then I also clean out any eye boogers that he has. Make sure that it's not stuck on the eyelashes. Here we go. You can see that has made contact with the eye. So he is now set for his fly mask, so we'll gather his hair. What a distinguished gentleman. Yeah, you're such a good boy, Samson. Up and over the ears. That's one. That's two. Pull the hair out so it's not in his way. I'll make it tight enough that he doesn't take it off, and then we go up here to this Velcro thing. I personally like to kind of pull on it a little bit so that it rests on his nose nice and easy, that it's not kind of rubbing on his hair or anything like that. And then he's set. All the horses are taken care of, and that takes us to what we're gonna be working on this beautiful Saturday morning. You guys can see those two stall doors are open. We'll talk about that in a second, but we're over here with our old stalls, and Megan is working on getting all the old hay out of the feeder, putting that in the muck bucket. I'm gonna get a broom. We're gonna sweep all of that up and scoop it out. Get her broom. There you are, and then I'll get a shovel. So we're gonna work on pressure washing and deep cleaning those two stalls. That way they are ready for any potential future clients. Like I said, I try to take advantage of this in the last video. When there's not a horse in it, there's no tack in it, we're able to deep clean it so it's ready. Usually this would be Gavin's job, but Megan is going to take the reins and work on cleaning out the stalls. That way it's one less thing that Gavin has to work on, and we're all a fan of that. So while she's working on that, I'm gonna get her pressure washer set up, and I'm gonna be working on the wall in here, as this has been paused quite a lot of time. Today my goal is to finish the plywood. We're gonna finish plywooding this whole section here, get that done, and then work on finishing the stall mats in this stall so that this is also set and ready. Then the only thing that's left for these stalls is 2 tack boxes, 1 in each corner, and then these stalls are ready. I pretty much saved this work for once we started getting into December and January, because it's in the barn, which means that if it's raining, really windy, snowing, I can still work at it instead of doing it when it was sunny and nice outside. At least that was the goal. Step 1, let's get her pressure washer handle, and then the extension rod, should she want one. Good. Okay, darling, the pressure washer is ready for you. There is more hose available if you need the slack, but you should be good for this stall. You got 2 muck buckets already set now. It looks like she's ready to go. So we'll check in with her in a moment. We'll let her get started. We're gonna get all our tools ready and get things going on the other stalls as well. How's it going, hon?
Tack box is done.
Woohoo! How's it going in here?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. This actually used to be the utility closet, which is why you guys can see there used to be markings on the wall. It says post hole. I think that says broom. Yeah.
The other one.
Look at just the difference between those 2 sheets of plywood. Oh my word. Look at that, guys. The wall is done. Here we are in Tucker's old stall, and here we are in the old area where you came down on the steps in the feed room. I think this looks absolutely great. Now we can go to work on the tack boxes. It is 12:40, so Megan and I are gonna take a break and go for lunch, but I wanted to show you guys how William's old stall looks. Look at this. I mean, wow. There's your walls. Your cinder block. Look at how good that cinder block looks. Here's your wall on this side. Everything just looks really, really good in here. Really happy with how things look. So this stall, 100% is move-in ready. We just have Ronies and then their stall doors and the wall. Then we're set and ready. Absolutely ecstatic. And hungry. We are back after lunch. Megan is hard at work getting the pressure washer winterized, which is the fun job of taking the whole thing apart every single time you use it, just because the temperatures get below freezing. Ha! I couldn't have asked if that again and that tried. That's funny. But once all the water runs out of that, she'll reel that all back up, and then that is done and put away. I'm gonna work on doing these stall mats. I just have to cut this one to piece here and cut this one to piece here, and then this is good. Once Megan's done with the pressure washer, she's gonna grab the four-wheeler and hook up to the wagon. She's gonna bring that on in, and we are going to pick up all of our scrap wood, get all this whole area cleaned up for the most part. It is still an active construction zone in there because we are gonna be building the tack boxes, but it's always good to keep things clean. Don't wanna be running into any issues. Let's get to work. My pencil's getting a little dull. Oh, stall mats are all completed. That means that this stall is pretty much set and ready. All we need to do is put in the tack box, and it's ready. And that goes for both of them. Woohoo! That's exciting, guys. What are you doing over here?
It's hanging out with me.
So, do you feel happy with how much work we got done today?
Yeah, I think it all looks good.
Yeah, I think it actually turned out really good. She did a phenomenal job on the stall. And we got a nice dent taken care of on the other stalls. For the afternoon feeding, we got a little bit of extra work ahead of us because we've got a pretty major storm that's on its way. What we're experiencing right now is the calm before the storm. What's the temperature right now, darling?
50s?
Yeah, today it's in the 50s, and tomorrow it's going to be in the 50s. There's a huge rainstorm that's coming over, and it's going to rain for a little over 24 hours is what they're expecting. And the ending of the storm is sleet, freezing rain, maybe even snow. And all of those conditions mean one thing.
We're gonna have to keep the horses in.
We won't be keeping them in tonight, but we definitely will need to be keeping them in tomorrow night. So Megan and I are gonna be doing a little bit of work now so that it's easier on my mom and my dad tomorrow. So we're gonna make sure that all the horses are blanketed appropriately for tomorrow's weather, including the donkeys. And we're also going to be filling all of the stalls up with water so that all of the horses have water, and my parents don't need to worry about that. All they need to do is hay, and then the horses are ready to be kept in during the worst part of the storm. Does that sound amendable to you, Fire? What about you, Walker? I think everyone likes the plan.
I think Fire just wants the camera out of his face.
You think so, Fire?
He agrees.
Let me put a blanket on the Buster. Come on, boys. You're all right, Buster. Okay, good news. We got one donkey blanketed. Okay, Rocky. I think you guys realize what this is about now, so you're okay, right? Right. Oh. So the new plan with the donkeys is we're actually not blanketing them unless it gets really cold. We're talking 15 degrees, 14 degrees and lower. We'll put a blanket on them. But because they have such a thick winter coat, they're not gonna be blanketed unless we have circumstances like this. Their options are either we lock them in their stall so that they can't get wet, or we put a sheet on, keeping them dry, but allowing them the opportunity to get in and out. We favored that, so we're gonna give them the opportunity to get in and out of the weather based on what they wanna do. But we're giving them that waterproofing material so that they don't get soaked, because they don't know that it's 60 degrees dropping down to 30 degrees. They just know that it's raining and it's warm, so they'll be out in the rain and then it'll drop quickly. So now they're gonna go eat their hay, right? My plan was to put the hay in, they'd go eat the hay, close the door, put blankets on them. But no, couldn't eat the hay then. Now that they got their blankets on, happy to eat hay. And to answer any further questions, yes, they're worth it. I used to not think so, but I've gotten quite accustomed and happy to seeing them here, so they're definitely worth it. Right, guys? Feeding for the afternoon is all finished. All the horses are out. There's only one thing left that we're working on, and Megan's been on it for a little bit here, filling up the water buckets, topping them all up so that they're all full. My parents might have to top them up, but they won't have to do the time-consuming process of filling all of them at the same time. So good deal, good stuff. We got a lot accomplished today, guys. And it's gonna be on that cheery note that this is where we're drawing an end to the video for today. If you haven't,
don't forget to hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed.
and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Megan, did you have a great day at the stable?
Yeah, we got a lot done.
That we did. We see Megan performing the same trick shots as Gavin.